This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Welcome to INCRadio Oregon, where our brethren from different parts of Oregon, Washington, California, Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming greet you. Come get to know all of our brethren from the Ecclesiastical District of Oregon and explore our activities, experiences, and sceneries. This is Oregon. Welcome to INCRadio Oregon. We thank you all for sharing your precious time, and we hope that you all enjoy our topic and discussion today. I am your host, Sister Jillian Pimentel, and don't forget to chat with us in our live chat today. Your participation in the live chat is not only welcomed, but it will be very fun. Share your greetings and engage with us during our conversations today. Make sure you also let us know where you're joining from. Your input will be read on air, making you an integral part of our discussion. And also, don't forget to hashtag your local congregation and group worship service and even your district. So before we continue, we're going to go ahead and introduce our panelists today. And today we actually have one of our first-timers from our district, Brother Tyler. So, Brother Tyler, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello po, I am Brother Tyler Jacinto. I'm from the local of Albany here in Oregon.
Thank you, Brother Tyler, for joining us. And do you have any greetings that you would like to share today as well?
I'd like to greet my family in Hawaii, my parents, Ka Ramilton and Ka Lily Jacinto, from the local of Kailua Kona in the district of Hawaii Pacific. Also my siblings, Kuya Michael and my sister Chloe, and also my kuya in California from the local of Carson in the district of Orange County, California, and my ate Angel and my nephew Aiden.
Perfect. Thank you, Brother Tyler. And we also would like to introduce our sister Flo, who is joining us as well today.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining and supporting INCRadio Oregon. I'm Sister Flo from the local congregation of Vancouver. And we're excited for this topic today, Sister Jillian, and we're going to find out. And you know what, Sister Jillian, I want to just make sure that everyone joins us in the questions that you'll be asking. So we are looking forward to your answers there, and we'd love to read them. And so I want to just remind you, let's keep Brother Jess, who is behind the scenes for us, keep him busy with your answers. And so handing it over to you, Sister Jillian.
All right. Thank you, Sister Flo. And so moving on to our topic, which is our progress check-in for 2024. Today, there are 108 days until the end of 2024. Yes, time is moving very fast. And at the beginning of this year, we may have set goals regarding family, work, and performing our duties. We will also find out today what our progress has been since then, and we would also like to know everyone's progress in our live chat as well. If you maybe haven't put in effort into your goals yet, or maybe even made some goals, just know that it isn't too late to ever accomplish your goals. So let's go ahead and strive to finish this year strong and productive. So moving on to our first question, we're going to start with a fun Would You Rather segment, and this is designed to get us thinking about our goals and how we might even approach them. And so for our first one, we have, would you rather have goals or see what happens? I'd also like to hear your input from the live chat as well, but I'd like to hear from Brother Tyler. Which ones of these would you rather?
For me personally, sister, I would rather have goals that I set for myself.
And what's your reasoning behind that as well?
That gives me something to work towards.
Exactly. And if you have those goals in your mind, then you'll know exactly what steps you might need to take rather than just seeing what happens throughout the year. Sister Flo, would you rather have goals or see what happens?
Sister Jillian, there was one year where I didn't really make goals and actually wrote them down, and I felt unaccomplished. And so, I tried that, and I said, you know what? No, no way am I gonna not make goals. So I make goals every year, and I prefer to work towards things that I want to accomplish throughout the year.
Yeah, me too. I think I would also rather have goals, especially since, like I said earlier, this helps us to kind of create a game plan for the year and helps you to make checkpoints throughout the year to see where you're at in your goal. And so, speaking of how far we're progressing, we have made a little percentage rate of how our goals are going. So, in this, we have 10% being not started or minimal. 25% we have some progress on our goals, 50% we have substantial progress on our goals, and 75% and above we are nearing our goal achievement. So, Brother Tyler, how have your goals been progressing so far this year?
I would say that my goal progression this year would be about 60% because I've made a lot of progress, but I still have more to do.
That's good. And speaking of this, what for your goals, what exactly are your goals for this year that you had?
My biggest goal for this year was to actually move to Oregon to continue my studies and get settled here. And well, here I am, and I'm thankful to have the opportunity to be speaking here today.
All right, perfect. Yeah, welcome to Oregon. And Sister Flo, how are your goals progressing so far as well?
Well, it really depends on what category you want to ask me about. So, travel plans, I think they're like, I want to say more than 75%. I'd like to say I'm done with traveling this year, but who knows, might be what might be happening. But overall, I think we're like a close 75.
That's
It
good.
really
That's
depends
good.
what you wanna ask me about on my goals.
Oh yeah, looks like we'll get into those a little deeper into our conversation
Yeah,
as well. I
yeah.
think for me, I'd probably be in the same range as the both of you, maybe from the 50 to 75% range of my goals. And you mentioned traveling, Sister Flo. I have a goal of traveling every single year. But traveling can sometimes be out of the blue, and you might not know when you're gonna go somewhere, if you're gonna plan something. And so I think that's a big goal for me as well.
That happens.
Oh yeah. And speaking of these, whether we are setting our goals on a daily, weekly, monthly, or even a yearly time basis, and we keep them in a planner or journal or cell phone, the important thing is that you are setting them, and then having this flexibility empowers you to take control of your progress. And so, keeping on the same topic of where we keep our goals, I would like to know where the both of you keep your goals, whether this is on physical copy, maybe just in your head or on your phone. So, Brother Tyler, where do you keep all of your goals written down or memorized?
I like to keep my long-term goals in my notes app on my phone, and I like to write my short-term goals or daily goals on paper because it makes it easier for me to set up my day and to accomplish something.
Mhm.
And I think it's important to set daily goals for yourself, like things that are small and attainable, because something as simple as going to the gym, reading a page of a book, or even going earlier into the worship service.
Mhm.
These small daily goals can help build momentum towards your larger long-term goals.
Exactly. And that one thing that you mentioned about having daily goals as well, I think that ties in a lot to having the discipline to actually keeping yourself accountable and making sure that you're getting those things on your daily to do list done. And I was also thinking about the fact that you keep your long-term goals on your phone, right?
Yes.
I was thinking since we're always on our phone, it makes it easier to always look back on it and say, okay, remind yourself that you have this goal going on, and then keeping your short-term goals on paper and just checking it off, having that
Hmm.
type of physical accomplishment is a big motivation to keep yourself accountable as well. Sister Flo, I know that you're a big planner person, so where do you keep your goals? I'm curious.
Well, yes, you're right. You've known me quite a while, so I'm a planner girl, and I actually um, purchase planners online, and I try to have things that are different every year, just to give myself an array of things. However, I also have a journal book for it, and so I got those. So basically, let me just show you my planner. So this is my planner,
Ooh.
and my planner. I have goals. I have daily goals, and I prefer it to be written down. And the reason behind that is that there's something about writing your goals on paper, because there's somehow that it sticks with you. There's something about writing it and visually seeing them. There are times when I do have little goals that are on my phone, but because we're like always on computer all day due to work, I rather kind of stay away from computer. I mean, from cell phone, only because sometimes when you have so many messages, there's a tendency to forget it. And so, but the really quick kind of some things to remember is I just put it. I have a little chat group with by myself for remembering things. So I put it in there, and I get to check off that as well. And I transfer them onto my planner book as well. So yeah, I do
Yeah. Yeah, just having a lot of variety in
that. Hmm.
whatever kind of plans and goals that you have. And actually, here in our live chat, brother Kyle Cabalitasan said that having a variety is good. And so, speaking of that, I know that there are a lot of other ways to keep track of your goals as well. I think one of them that I tried utilizing before is having a whiteboard and kind of just checking it off as you go, maybe having different sections for long term and short term. I know that a lot of people have their preferences for maybe like the physical planner, like you use, Sister Flo, or even like a digital planner, or just having the digital note taking, like Brother Tyler. And speaking of that, I'd also like to know in our live chat if you all prefer having your physical plans or the digital plans. I know that a lot of people like to use their tablets for drawing this as well. I think for me personally, I've kind of like had experience in a lot of different goals, like goal writing, because I tried journaling at one point, my goals. I tried bullet journaling as well, and maybe even having a planner. But for some reason, I always fall back and go back into the digital goal keeping. That pretty much keeps me able to look back at these goals and have a pretty consistent lookout on them as well. And
Do
so,
you how often, Sister Jillian,
yeah.
do you check your goals? Like, your, especially like your cell phones, or a lot of us use our cell phones,
Mhm.
or a particular app. How often do you look at them?
I think I probably look at them. It depends on what kind of goals I'm looking at. If I'm looking at my short-term goals, I try to look at them on like maybe a weekly basis. And then if I'm looking at my long-term goals, I try to look at them either every month or quarterly, depending on how big the goal is. I know, Brother Tyler, you mentioned that you have your long-term goals on your phone. So how often do you keep track on yours as well?
I try to keep track of my long-term goals on a month-to-month basis.
Nice. So do you kind of have like progress check-ins about how far you've checked in and how far you've kind of progressed every month?
Yeah, so I'll try to see how far I've come. What more do I need to accomplish?
Yeah, perfect. I think one of the biggest things about keeping goals is having that step by step process rather than one huge jump to your goal. And that makes it a
Mhm.
lot easier to keep your goals as well. Now, speaking of goals, we've been talking about our progress, but our live chat probably hasn't heard about what goals we have yet. So, why don't we go ahead and talk about that? So, Sister Flo, I'll go back to you. What are your short term or long term goals?
Short-term goals. Oh, you caught me there. I have okay, so short-term goals are so I think we can say with short-term could be like 1 to 2 years, and then long-term goals could be like um up to 5 years maybe. So my short-term goal is I've been writing this every month is to reorganize and declutter my garage. Yes,
Good one.
yes, it is a big goal, but yet it's a short-term goal because I do want to be done with it, within a year. And that was the goal this summer. But it's a work in progress only because we're busy, uh, right? Some of long, my, I guess our short-term goals could be financial. And so, because of the amount of travels I've done this year, of course, I've kind of depleted my savings,
The travel
and
fund.
so I need to bring that back up. And so those are my short-term goals. So it's on a monthly basis that I need to start building that up. Um, of course, travel goals is I'd like to at least do two big travels every year, or at least maybe one every 3 months, short uh, travels.
Mm-hmm.
So I like small bursts of
Yeah,
travels, right?
that's
Yeah.
good. I like those. Those are pretty good goals, Sister Flo. Brother Tyler, why don't you go ahead and share your short or long term goals as well?
So my short-term goals that I have till the end of this year, is to get good grades this upcoming school term, and then try to attend as much church activities that I can, regardless of how much assignments that I have or the workload from school. I want to be able to prioritize my membership.
Exactly. I think that's a wonderful goal. And then also as well, how do you think having these goals tie into your membership and as well as your duties? Why don't you go ahead and actually mention your duty as well?
So my office is actually the Kadiwa Sports Committee chairperson, and I think that these goals tie into my membership and my office by having the to discipline in school, and then also the discipline in prioritizing worship service and other church activities.
Yes, honestly, I think that is a great goal, especially since church activities they give us a lot of joyous memories. We get to go ahead and we get to interact with all of our brethren around the district and especially our local congregation. And I feel like that's a great goal to have, especially in 2024 and all the years to come. And so for my short-term goals, I think it's the same as you. I would also like to have good grades in this upcoming school year. I'll be graduating after this school year and just kind of maintaining a good consistency and good discipline motivation throughout the year would be my short-term goals. As well as I wanted to go ahead and add a lot more activities for District Kadiwa as well.
Yeah.
I think that is one of my goals for this upcoming year and the rest of this year is kind of prioritizing that and as well as going ahead and collaborating with a lot of our Kadiwa around our district. I think my long-term goals though, you that one's a hard one because I feel like I have a lot of goals that I want to go ahead and reach in the future. Sister Phil, you actually touched on it, and it's traveling. I love traveling. It definitely is a long term goal of mine wanting to see a lot of the beautiful places around the world. But first of all, I gotta go ahead and create that travel fund to go ahead and
Travel fun, right?
yeah, to go ahead and enjoy that as well. So I would say that was my long-term goal. And before we continue with the rest of our questions today, we have a lot of you guys interacting with us in our live chat. May I ask you, Sister Flo, to go ahead and help read some of them for us?
Sure. You know, we, as always, we always appreciate our viewers and listeners to be chiming in into our live chat. So let's get started with this. And let me go ahead and kind of start there. All right. Just wanted to say hello to our ministers here in our district. So, hello to Brother Warren Maneja, Brother Albertson McClintal, who's there. Also, we see Sister Maylie Rose. She is the wife of Brother Rod Reyes, our resident minister. And I know Brother Rod Reyes is also in tune with us, as well as Sister Danielle McClintal also. Thank you, thank you. She is the wife of Brother Albertson, our assistant resident minister. Also, we have some Beavertonians joining us. Sister Rachel Cruz. Hello, hello, sis. And she actually celebrated her birthday on the 12th. So happy belated birthday to you. Brother Jake Cruz is there. Hello, Paul, resident minister of Portland. Sister Melissa from Oregon City. And Sister Lucy Ancheta, one of my really good friends in INC Radio, from INC Radio Virginia, local congregation of Charlotte. Also, another great friend of mine is Sister Catlea, there from New Jersey, INC Radio New Jersey. Thank you for joining us. And we also have Brother Michael Guerrero, Minister of the Gospel. Thank you for joining us all the way from Bay Area, California. By the way, that's one of our newer districts here in the United States. So thank you for giving your time with us here, Paul. Sister Morietta Miller, hello, Paul, from Medford Group Worship Service. And we also see Sister Tiffany Conlas. She is tuning in from the local congregation of Anaheim, there in Orange County, California district. Yay, thank you so much for joining us. Brother Kyle Kabali Tassan, he's coming in from local congregation of Hillsboro. And we want to find out what's your goal to as well. He's one of our Kadiwa officers here in our district. And Sister Melissa Yaneza from Hillsboro. And Brother Kyle said, he's happy to see you here, Brother Tyler. He said, you're actually a really talented athlete. So we're going to touch up on that in a bit. Remember that, Sister Julian. Also, Sister Priscilla Batan from Rizal, there in the Philippines. Well, thank you. Let's see. Oh, Brother Danny J. Angeles, Brother DJ from the local congregation of Hillsboro and St. Helens Group Worship Service. Also, Brother June Ancheta, local congregation of Charlotte, there in the District of Virginia. Let's see. Let's see. Sister Lucy from the local congregation of Charlotte. She says, writing goals and double checking it is, to her, that's important too. So basically, she's kind of coming in like double checking daily her goals. And I know her because we pretty much work closely together with INC Radio. Let's see, do we have anything? Sister Maylie Rose, she said, I prefer to write down my goals in a notebook or a planner. So I just want to let everyone know, it doesn't have to be a fancy book. It could be as simple as a composition books that we all know we've used that while we were going to school. It could be that, but it's really, really up to your preference. You want a fancy planner book or a simple planner book or a journal, that's okay too, as long as you know how to use that and utilize that. Let's see. Brother Kyle says, my focus can be very sporadic. So I put my goals almost everywhere. Notes in phone, planners, on boards. A lot of them work for me, but have their moments. And I can relate to Brother Kyle only because not that we like to make sure that we're reminded well visually. There, I have like a bulletin board here on my side, and it reminds me as well. So
Me
yeah,
too, Sister Flo. Me too.
you too. How about you, Brother Tyler? You like to put that on even on your wall or sticky notes?
I know a popular thing to do is to put it on your fridge, but
Ah,
because
yes,
everyone is gonna be visiting their fridge,
Everyone's eaten.
every
everyone's
day,
eating.
all
But
day,
so you're gonna
all
you're
day.
gonna see it eventually.
Yes. How about on your do you use your bathroom mirror? Sometimes you just gotta remember something, so you stick a post-it note on your bathroom mirror.
I do not, Bo, but maybe that's something that I should start doing.
Yeah, I do that too. I put something I gotta remember. I put it on there, and I say okay, and I actually take that post-it note and take it with me wherever I'm going. All right, let's do a little bit more. Oh, we have um, Brother Reggie Jacinto. How is he related to you, Brother Tyler?
That's my brother, Bo, my eldest brother, Bo.
Nice. He likes to do digital. I'm on my phone often, and I have it as well as a wallpaper. Ooh, that's a good one
Mm.
too. Keeps me accountable. So I guess his wallpaper is his goals. So every time you look at it, oh, okay, it's time to check off those goals or keep working at them. Sister Jennifer Castillo from Fruitland. Thank you for joining us, Sister Lexi Aquesta. Sister Lexi Aquesta, the wife of our multimedia advisor, Brother Paulo Aquesta, who's also, I believe he's here with us, as well as Sister Pina Rose says, I keep my daily goals in my head. I love that because she can remember all her goals. So kudos to you because I try. So that's okay too. Sister Mary Jane Angeles, hello, po. She's the wife of our brother DJ Angeles, resident minister of Hillsboro. And of course, one of my great friends too is one of our avid listeners on INC Radio, Sister Ivy Giselle Antonio. She says she's coming from the local congregation of Sacramento. They're in the district of Northeast California. Thank you. And Sister Ate Katlea says her short-term goals is to rearrange her desk area. Yes, it could be a place to catch everything, and then you gotta rearrange that. So yeah, all right. We'll read some more a little bit later. Sister Jillian, let's go ahead and continue with our question.
Of course, yeah. Before we continue to our main questions, we have another Would You Rather segment for our episode today, and it is Would you rather rewind your life or press the pause button? It looks like I need to press the pause button. So, Brother Tyler, would you rather? Which one of these?
Would I rather rewind my life or press the pause button?
Yes.
Um, I'm not sure. I think I would press the pause button
I agree.
to, yeah.
Yeah, so what's your reasoning behind pressing the pause button rather than going back?
Just to maybe collect myself
Mm-hmm.
and prepare to go forward. I don't think I would rewind because I think that everything has happened, and it's brought me here and made me who I am today.
Yeah, I agree. I think I would have the exact same reasoning for why I would press the pause button is kind of just to prepare for the future. Sister Flo, how about you?
I would pause that button.
Yeah.
Only because, and I could relate to Brother Tyler, is that, yeah, we can, it's hard to go back on everything. Maybe just to maybe recall certain things. So pressing the pause button, I would say it's my way of regrouping myself and maybe do another plan for reaching my goals.
I agree. Yeah, continuing to kind of think about where your position's at, what your progress is at, and just going ahead and moving forward rather than going back. I agree with that 100%.
Speaking of forward,
Mhm.
Sister Catlea said she thought the other option was going to be fast forward.
Oh man,
We'll
maybe
go fast forward.
we'll go fast forward and see where we ended up with our goals that we made.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
before we go ahead and end our broadcast today, we have maybe one more question that I would like to ask. And it's kind of a combined question, which is how have your goals changed since the beginning of 2024? And how do you plan to tackle the goals that you still need to accomplish for the rest of the year? So, Brother Tyler, how about you for this one?
So my goals for since the beginning of 2024 hasn't really changed much because I still want to pursue an education in kinesiology and get my bachelor's degree. And then after that, I still want to um, join the physical therapy program,
Wonderful.
and as well as be more active in church activities. That's been my goal since the beginning of the year, and I think that's going to carry on till the end.
These are really good. And how do you plan to tackle these for the rest of the year and go ahead and get them fully accomplished?
I plan on just being consistent, whether it's in my studies or with church activities, to just do as much as I can and stay consistent.
Yes, consistency is key. And Sister Flo, how about you? I want to hear from you for these ones as well.
Uh-huh. You know, I what I do is whatever I haven't done yet, I try to put it on the following month and just keep working at it as the best I can. And yes, consistency is key. And one thing is creating a daily habit tracker. So even our habits can be goals too. Um, for instance, I've been tracking my sleeping habits.
I should do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yes, and my sleeping habits has been very erratic lately. So I want to be able to work on that. And so maybe creating daily habit trackers for myself, um, and just continue. I think to just write them down, because there are times when you get overwhelmed with so much. Ati Catlea said, she tried to keep her goals short, only because you can easily overwhelm yourself. Because there are days when I can do a, like we call this, a brain dump in the morning, and I just put everything on paper. I have a clipboard every day, and this is not, it's kind of like this, but my list can go on and forever, and do it for 15 minutes, or I try to throughout the day. It could get long and overwhelming, but just keep writing it down, be consistent, and create a daily habit tracker.
Exactly. These are great answers, Brother Tyler and Sister Flo. And actually, one more thing that I wanted to mention is that actually, Brother Kyle in our live chat, he said that God has made changes in my life that definitely made me realize the path He has for me and ultimately changing my plans, but for the better. And as we continue to end our show and as we discuss our goals, let's not forget the most important factor, which is our Almighty God. You know, he including him in our goal setting, it ensures that our aspirations are aligned with his will, and it continues to strengthen our faith and even maintaining our membership in the Church of Christ, whether it comes to continuing to be diligent in our duties and especially attending activities like Brother Tyler said, and going ahead and praying to him to go ahead and ask for his guidance as we go ahead and finish out all of these goals for the rest of 2024. And so that is the end of the main topic for our show today. Sister Flo, do you have anything to close out with us?
I'd like to just say that, don't let the 108 days, uh, you know, be like put you in a panic mode, but it is 108 days till the end of the year. let's make it the best and make it substantial. And it's not late to do goals because God gave us still 108 days till this year is over, and it's never too early to start planning for 2025. And we're gonna be able to. We hope to have a show on what's our goals for 2025. So yeah, anything else before I'm gonna ask Brother Tyler. Brother Tyler, any last takeaway?
Um, Back to what you were saying, Sister Flo, and what Sister Jillian was saying, that to not be overwhelmed by these 108 days, to take it day by day, and also include, God in our daily life and our goals and aspirations.
Yeah, I love that. I agree with that. Put God first in all your goals and include Him, because without Him we cannot accomplish anything. All right, and let's go on and share with you the different activities that's happening around our district. And so we have the activity request form seminar. This is for our Kadiwas, but I don't think it's limited for our Kadiwa members, but it will be tomorrow via video conferencing, and that's going to be at 7 p.m. For Oregon City, they'll be having a city walk at the Telecom Bridge, September 22nd. Then on September 29, we'll be having a district multimedia conference and socializing there at the Portland Function Hall. And everyone who are interested in joining us, please join us. The time will be announced at a later, just look out for announcements for that. And whether you're interested or just have a little bit of interest in multimedia, come join us. We'll be just talking about that and socializing. And for the local congregation of Beaverton, they will have a CFO sponsored evangelical mission on September 29 there at their place of worship. And for our district, sponsored by the Christian Family Organization, is our EVM on September 30th at the Portland Chapel. I'd like to just, before we acknowledge special brethren, I'd like to just say just a short birthday greeting. First of all, I'd like to greet the Lavelle Group Worship Service on their eighth anniversary. Their eighth anniversary, and so it's the Group Worship Service of Lavelle, Wyoming, September 9. And then birthday greetings for our sister Pina Rose. I know she's in the live chat, Sister Pina Rose. September 15, that's tomorrow. Happy birthday to you, Paul. And then our wedding anniversaries on the same date are the following. September 18, it is Brother Nerio and Sister Connie Cutariano, a resident minister of Great Falls Group Worship Service, and Brother Bam and Sister Nicole Conlas. He is the resident minister of the local congregation of Boise and Fruitland Group Worship Service. So happy anniversary to you. That's coming up September 18. And I'd like to just say thank you so much to our brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our executive minister, Paul, and we are still celebrating your 15 years of you being our executive minister here for the Iglesianicristo. So congratulations, Paul. And our brother Angelo Aranio Manalo, our CFO coordinator, SEBSI, CEO, and president. And he is also helping us here with our INC radio programs, as well as all the Christian family organizations activities. We'd like to say thank you to all of you who has joined us on our INC Radio Oregon. Join us again next week for another fun activity or another fun episode. And after this episode, please share this link or program to your friends and family, and subscribe to INC Radio DZM 954 on the YouTube channel. And next up, in about 50 minutes or so, is INC Radio Alaska. And so we hope that you had a great time trying to think about your goals for the rest of the year, and continue to support us. We value your participation today, and take care of each other, and see you again next week. On behalf of Sister Jillian, our main host today, and our guest, Brother Tyler, thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you have a great rest of the weekend. Bye, everyone.